What is up, YouTube? Calvin from I-95 Muscle coming at you again today. This time we have a 1959 Chevrolet Bel Air. And this isn't your typical run-of-the-mill Bel Air. This one's built with a bunch of goodies. So, right off the bat, you can tell she's flat black. Got that real sinister look to her. You got some extended wheel studs down there, but it's not just for show. We have a quick change rear end. This thing was basically fully set up to drag race, which is pretty cool. We're gonna get to what's under the hood in a minute, but not to spoil the surprise or anything, it is a 348 cubic inch motor, and I'm gonna need a little help opening the hood, and you'll see why here in a few. But now that we've walked around that a little bit, you can see no headlights here. So we do have headlights, but they're back there behind the grill. We got some electric fans. So this whole thing's kind of been built to be a full-blown race car, but you could easily street it. So inside we got a bunch of this aluminum handle stuff, which is pretty sweet. You can see we got a couple shifters in there. If you're familiar with the 80s, then you probably know what those shifters are. But what we're gonna do, we're gonna take this thing for a little spin real quick. So it's kind of reminiscent of that movie Death Proof. I think that was Nova though. So we got a lot of gauges. We do have a kill switch here, so we're gonna turn the kill switch on. This switch right here turns on our fans. We're gonna go ahead and hit the ignition. Ignition is on. And this is our start button. So we're in park all the way forward. So the thing about these shifters is pretty cool. So if you're in park, you got reverse, neutral, fourth gear. Now if I go to third gear, it puts this shifter forward. These are lightning rods, in case you didn't know. Okay, so the only way I can go to fourth is if I pull this and then it bumps that up to fourth gear. So if I'm in third gear, that goes forward. Now if I'm in second gear, the second one goes forward. So if I'm in second and I want to go to third, I just pull this one back. It puts this one back up to third. So take that one step further, we go to first, and this one slides forward. So you have first gear, second gear, third gear, fourth gear. So we're in first now. We run it up in RPM, and then we grab second. And then that would shift to second, and then we run it up in second gear. We would grab third, and then we would grab fourth. So pretty cool setup. But we're gonna just cruise this thing in drive. It's a monster. We do have headlights, and we have a lock-up torque converter too. So one of these switches is a lock-up torque converter. We do have one for fans. So we got two fans in here to keep us cool. That's awesome. I think this is your lock-up torque converter. And let's go ahead and take it for a spin. Pretty cool manual brake setup. It's down here, basically part of the brake pedal. So that's cool. Watch yourself. Oh, come on, people. Not paying any attention whatsoever. Coolest part about this car is that the cam just wants to like lope you through. first. It's a pretty cool setup. What's really cool too, the cam pushes you through and you can feel the cam lobe and it's actually moving the car along. So that's really cool. But also when you get on it, you can feel the back end pick up a little bit. So like it's actually trying to go. Our cup holders here are kind of a nice touch. So there's that. And every good race car needs a phone holder with a charger and a fire extinguisher. So got those down pat. It does sound a little hollow in here because there is no padding on the floor. There's no padding on the roof. So really just it's a metal cage. So we are going to go ahead and work on popping that hood so you guys can get a idea of what it looks like under the hood, which is pretty cool. Give me 1 sec. That's right, folks. It's a full tilt front end, so it does take 2 people. When you put the hood down, you just latch it underneath on either side with the little hold downs. Under the hood, there's your 348. Pretty cool engine. 348, the 409, they look similar. The 409 I think was the first engine to match horsepower per cubic inch. We got an ooga horn, electric fans, flex fan, and tubular upper and lower control arms. So pretty cool little setup there. So I'm pretty much gonna let that wrap up our video. I will do one more little peek around as I rev this thing so you can hear it. And I do want to point out a couple things before we let you go off this video here. There is a couple little spots. Well, I say little. There's a couple spots where, you know, this car's got a little rust to it. It's a race car. It's not meant to be a perfect show car or anything like that. So take it for what it is. It is cool. So we'll let that wrap up this video. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe. And we'll see you next time.